Hi, Facebook family. So, today, our episode in this new project, the first episode, is something that every single person on this planet can relate to, and it's called friendships. We are going to talk about friendships, and we all have them, or used to have them, no longer have them, but I know you can relate. So the panel that you're going to see is Cecily Gray, who I've known since Manning School, Shamsa Teachers College, and when I came to the US. The second person you're going to hear from is Tanya Robinson, my youngest baby sister, who came up here during my birthday celebration, and I'm so glad that I'm able to capture her. Brendalyn Thompson, Loy, as you guys know, my rider little die chick that is with me in so many different journeys here in Cincinnati. And as I jump different states, she comes and she takes care of us. And then Natalie Brown, who came from Canada to do this taping. So these ladies were brave enough to christen my studio and do the first episode of this new project that I'm working on. And we're going to tackle friendships. Let's take a look at the questions they answered.
Today's topic is friendships. We all have friendships and they are tough. So the anatomy of this episode is going to be, how do you even make a friend? How do you keep a friend? And how to recognize the time to end a friendship, and how do we do it? Right? So that's the anatomy of this episode. So you know what? Let me differentiate what we mean by friendship. There's connections and there's friendship. So we're not gonna, this scope of this discussion is not for connections. Connections are like leaves. They come into your life for a season, they serve a purpose, but then they go away. So friends for me is like the roots of a tree or the branches, right? It gives you life, it gets deep, it grows over time, it never leaves you. And if it leaves you, there is repercussions. It's something that is close and long lasting, right? So let's keep that. We're not talking about your acquaintances. We're talking about friends. So how do you get a friend?
They usually start off as acquaintances though.
No, it starts as
And it
acquaintance.
usually starts as those connections, and then connections grow to deeper connections, and from deeper connections you form a friendship.
So picking up from where you left off, Tanya, I would say for me, a friendship is like you meet someone and it builds on the relationship you have over a period of time, how you guys connect, and it develops. For me, that is how I would describe my friendship with someone. And then you can decide also if this is something you want in your life, or someone you want in your life, or if not, you can make that decision based on who the person is actually and how they are.
Yeah. I was about to say, sometimes it's not even over a period of time. Sometimes it's an instant connection. Sometimes it's the energy of someone in a room.
That's true.
And automatically, you know, I like that person. Automatically, you make an instant connection, and from there, you build and you develop.
Who here is good at maintaining friendships?
I am.
And I say that because you know,
Oh my God.
to certain
What did you say? Because we don't know.
No.
Are you good or are you not good at maintaining friendships?
I'm working on it.
You're
right?
working on it.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, that's my go-to answer.
Good at, yeah, you know, because
She's not. You need to talk louder. So she's not good.
yeah, and to some extent, right? I feel like I'm not very good at it, because there are times where you know, I just feel like I don't want to deal. I feel like something has happened, and for some reason I have poured too much, or this is just not something that I choose to put my energy into for whatever reason. And it might be minuscule to you, but to me,
It's big.
it's big. And sometimes without explanation.
Why do you think you're good at maintaining friendships?
I try to stay in touch. I try to stay connected with whatever it is that my friends are doing, and I'm being told constantly that I am a good friend. So I guess other people think I am a good friend.
You're doing something right.
I guess
Yes,
so.
sir.
You're doing something right. And Lloyd, where do you think you're not so good?
Well, for me, I would say I'm probably a literal person when it comes to friendship. So it's like if you do something to me, I'm gonna take it personally. I'm gonna be like, really? I mean, I've always been there, and so I take it literal. And so for me,
You see, you're with black and white. Is it you're for me or
when you
against
do
me?
something, I'm just gonna be out. I checked out, and I just probably
Dead to me.
Don't tell you, and you just see me fade away. So I'll say. Tanya, you said you're working on it. I'm saying I'm working on it B.
Yeah.
You're A and B because I'm trying. I'm learning. I'm learning here, and because of that, I don't have much long-term relationship with people who I think should be in my life.
What do you think you're good at?
I'm good at maintaining friendship because that first connection, the connection that made me fall in love with this person, that makes me want to be a part of their life and want them to be a part of my life, it stays with me. So even if we don't see each other for a long time, even if I don't see you or don't talk to you, that love is still there. And I can still remember it and I can still feel it. And most of that time, I still feel like whatever it is that transpired, I still want to fight for that friendship. I still will keep it going. So even if I don't see you for 5 years, 10 years, 12 years, whatever, when we do talk again, I'm not going to be like, oh, so-and-so.
How you gonna call me?
Yeah, I'm going to be like, wagwan, my girl. And we just pick up like we just left off. Whatever it was that transpired between the time we were separated, that love and that connection that we had at first is still there. And I'm still feeling it. And I'm still going to fight for it. So I'm good at keeping that kind of stuff. Because one says, I've loved you. So.
You're good.
Yeah.
We want to learn.
Yeah. So and it's so funny because all of you have different styles in terms of friendship. So for Loy, she gives 200, extreme, everything, and the kitchen sink, and she's expecting that to be reciprocated with that intensity, with that passion, with that ride or die commitment. And when that person doesn't meet that expectation, cut. Natalie now is just an energy that all are welcomed. Come to me. She is. Girlfriend. Yeah. So
Village mother.
Yeah. So and she just very open mind. That's just open to so many things. Natalie, we will not talk for probably 6 months, and then we just talking. No time has changed. And Taniel, when you're not ready for deal, you just don't want to deal. You're like, And then when you're ready for deal, you deal. Right? It is so different. I think you guys know which style I mostly match, and I'm working on it. I'm a mixture of these two in the middle. I'm never where you are.
Friendship is based on understanding who the other party is.
And accepting.
Take a while step back. Relationships.
All
family.
Relationship. It takes
It
friendship.
takes work.
Another episode.
Intimate relationships, but
Another episode. Family, intimate, other significant other, husband,
work relationships.
There's like 4 episodes that just got mentioned here.
Yes.
And then for Cecily, believe it or not, there is about 4 people in my life that is in your category. One, love is never lost. They have to really work hard for them to be unloved. And people say, why you make that person get away with murder, Nakia, and you'll cut off the other one with a drop of a hat? It's true. I have people that you have to work really hard for me to de-scope you. And yes, for people who are very close to me, I use the word de-scope a lot. And then there's others, they just look at me the wrong way, and I'm like, de-scope. So I am like a mix of all of you. Circles and categories of friends. Do you have circles? Some people have circles, concentric circles. Some people I know have literal categories. It's not close, they're just categories, boxes of friends.
Smart.
Is it truly a circle?
Is it truly a circle? That's what I said.
It might not even be a circle.
It might not even be a circle. So we're gonna talk, and so this one I'm gonna take the time for you guys to address. Do you think yours is a circle, or a category, or whatever shape you want it to be? How would you describe it? Who wants to go first? Hexagon. Who wants to go in terms of how do they think? Is it more circle for you, or you have people in different categories?
Category.
You have
I have
categories.
category. Friends. So-called friends.
What are the categories?
So-called. We're talking about
No judgment here. This is her system.
Oh, yeah.
You have yours.
For me, I have friends that I'm not too sure because some of them is like more than friends. They're like my ride or die. And to be honest, at this present moment, I think it's one.
That's a core.
Huh?
That's a core.
That's my core, and I think if the core removes, I'm gonna die.
Take out the roots.
Yeah.
Thank you. So,
That's what I meant.
and then I have other friends that I'm reconnecting with that were my friends for a while back from high school. Yes, you know who you are. When I post it, you're going to see it. Those people, those friends I had close to my heart, and then we just disconnect. I hunted them down, couldn't find them, and now I feel like I'm being fulfilled again with those people. I remember how we were in high school. During my young adult years, I had a very close friend, and we got separated 3 years now. Still hurts, but for certain reasons, we are no longer friends. So therefore, based on that, I have to categorize who I call a friend and where I place them in my life. Because when they get deleted, it hurts.
It hurts.
It hurts.
And I've seen it. It hurts.
And therefore, for me, I'm starting to reopen again. I think I had closed on everything except for the one that I had, like the core. I won't name that person, but therefore, shut up. So therefore, other than that, I'm trying to reach out to friends, and I've just created another group with my high school friends, and we're connected, and I'm loving it.
So for me, there's a core set of friends that happen that I've formed those friendships from high school days. You know, so I went to boarding school and I lived with a lot of my friends at that time, and so up until this day, a lot of my core friends are people that I know from high school time, high school days.
I have my work friends, I got my friends in my neighborhood, and I have my core friends. So work stuff, I go home, then we have the parenting friends there, and then I have the core friends that from high school. Those are the people that I'm like truly honest and open with, versus the category friends where the work friends where it's just work and superficial, nothing deep, just common
Surface.
Making money. That's
Shared interest.
Shared interest.
money.
Nuts?
Yeah.
Circles, or what is your system? Circles, categories, all are the same one.
Oh, very good question. So, I do have circles.
Yeah.
I have circles, different circles within the circles. So, I have friends from as way back as infant school. I have friends from elementary school that we are still connected, and we have formed friendships. And when I say friendships, I don't say that word very lightly. Friendships from then to now. I have friends from high school, and as you all know, I went to 2 different high schools. And I still have close friends from my first high school, Mount Alvernia, and my second high school. And then I
That's a
have
mixture
those
right there.
friends that are also interconnected even after that. Like some of the high school friends from the first high school and the second high school went to university together. And then I have friends again who, once I migrated, they're all interconnected. So I have circles, small circles, I have large circles, and then I have another circle outside of that. And then I also have
like an alien
different
movie.
categories.
No, and I can't see different. This is not even a Venn diagram. We can't draw this, so okay. Only thing we have to say, you have an uppercase lot of friends.
I do have a lot of friends, but the thing
Not
is,
the lowercase lot, the uppercase lot.
I do have a lot of friends. And when I say friends, again, I've always said, yes, I consider myself to be very blessed, I have to say. Very, very blessed. Because a lot of people that I know say they have lots of friends. But when they say lots of friends, and I'm not judging, but they're probably thinking of just on the surface and acquaintances. I can honestly say I have a lot of friends.
Can I ask a question? Do you... How when you become a moderator? Don't worry, so, what does it take for you to actually maintain her word? De-scope. So, a friend. Wait, let me see if you have a question. You're going to ask it. No, alright, go on.
What does it
Yeah, because since you have so many friends and you maintain this friendship over in friendship.
Wait till fishy.
Yeah, for hedge tree. Yeah. What does it take?
What does it take?
Because you know, actually take nobody. Like, warm the people as I come on there.
No. There is.
Do you really decouple?
So believe it or not, I do de-scope. Over the years, there are people who, as I said, yes, it goes way back. However, if I find a period of time, and when I say a period of time, it could be 10, 20 years that I haven't spoken to certain people, or we haven't connected with any shared issues or any shared anything for a period of time, I will then put them in that acquaintance category.
10 or 20 years, not tell you seriously?
Listen, because to be honest with you, even though my circle is so big, somehow, some way, I find a way to connect and to keep in touch. Now, that's the other thing I was going to say earlier. When I categorize friendship, and even though it's a lot, I don't get overwhelmed because everybody have their special place.
That's good.
Yes, so everybody. And the thing is now, honestly, what I think is I attract really good people in my life. And that's just how it goes.
How challenging is it for you ladies to intermingle your different social
Jesus. That's the only question?
No.
But that's a good question.
Yeah, her question was not on my list. That's I'm making wrong.
Yeah, but how challenging?
Do you find that right now?
Yeah.
Go. What?
What do you mean?
You want me to answer?
Yes.
Oh. Well, it can be. It depends on your personality.
Is it easy for you or is it okay?
It's okay for me. I can do it because I'm the type of person I can become who I need to become to make a situation the best situation possible. So it's not hard for me.
But it's not just about you, but like when you have your different circles of friends and you try to bring them to two circles of friends together for an event. Do you find that challenging?
Like somebody from the home support system and a nurse from your workplace.
I don't have that many experiences with that. I'm talking about this experience right here.
This is different because you have people on different facets of my life.
Right here.
So how has it been?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Say it.
Say it.
Say it.
Won't get no invite next time. She won't be there. You have to come out and say, fighting! Alright, so I'm going to question in terms of circles or categories. If I should be totally honest with myself, and I'm not talking about acquaintances and connections, I have vast. Friendship for me, I have a very high standard with people that I call friends. With the people that I call friends, it's definitely circles. It's circles in terms of ranges. It depends on how much of me I can share with the person, and I trust and I have experience that they can take it and the relationship or the friendship can survive. So in the innermost circle, they can see the absolute miserable monstrosity, nitpicker, perfectionist, high achiever, lover and giving her all, good, bad, ugly skeleton, and they have survived. Those are the people that graduate to the inner circle. With the inner circle is people who are in the workplace, family, friendships, like from school till now, but they can come from different categories of my life if they have survived me.
I like that definition there. But I want to say though that I feel like that's true for all of us.
Oh, you know what's in my hand up there?
No, without pay attention. But I want to say that's true for all of us. So even though we have this, the folders and they share the interests, and even for her who has a vast amount of friends, I'm sure her circles are bigger. But at the end of the day, in terms of how it looks, if we were to represent it on paper, it's pretty much the same. It's the same because in order for you to say it's real and really real, right? You have to be able to bear your all, and to bear your all means that not pretend.
No,
you want to sleep at 9:30. Right? But that is light to say. But the bottom line is that I can say to you that I have this deep, genuine fear of this, and at the same time, I can be the nitpicker, the A-type personality, the person that accepts zero bullshit under no circumstances in this moment because this is where I am, and for that person in that inner circle to, through understanding, to say,
Lower.
This is where I step back, and this is where I allow. But the position that you are that you take in a wider circle, you will start to form some level of judgment or resentment or take certain things personal. But it's because that level of understanding does not exist, and because that level of understanding exists, you know how to deal. And because you don't understand when you realize that you can't go off on a tangent.
No, you have something to add? Not much, but all I can say is you are telling the truth, and I am a first-hand witness, and I know how to deal with it. I understand it, and I know I'm in that circle. Small circle. And I'm in it.
Big up Wappy Kid!
It's very good when you understand a person and know to give them their time.
Yeah.
They need to de-stress the next 10 minutes. You don't just be in that circle, you understand?
Hold on now. I'm gonna talk about small circle.
Yeah.
Everybody's different. Your definition of my definition and her definition, everybody's definition of small can be different.
Agreed.
But
Small means little bit, less than 5. Small means little bit.
No, less than 25.
Let's not get into that. Next question.
Small and little, my girl. Little than 5.
Little, aka
Little.
What you think is small, I might not think you
Exactly.
You think that's big?
That's what she said.
Maybe.
Yes.
Small to me is 3, 4, and maybe 5.
Alright, we're not going to get into the number.
How much is your small? How much is your small?
How much for your
Next question.
Let's see how much you have an idea at the number. I want to go there. At 12, she. No. All right. So this piece is going to be serious piece. This is when you have a breakup. So just to give you some context, when again, like I said, I don't want the people them when they're really close. I talk when they were in, they're a friend, and you break up. How do you restore a friendship? And is the common denominator for broken friendship trust has been broken or breached? Or is it expectations not being met? What is your experience when you have a shattered, like the one that you talked about? The one that caused hurt. It is a physical reaction when that thing is broken. What causes that for you?
Expectation.
Expectations for you.
For me, it was expectation. I had more expectation, and it wasn't there. It wasn't met. It wasn't there. So that was devastating. And it's like, you're expecting, but it didn't deliver, and you're like, you're not expecting that of that person. So it's like, you're like, who am I to you?
Good. Your child is coming. Your child is coming. You're gonna go Cecily next, and then Natalie, then you last. How by the way, you have broken?
No, I just might try.
Yeah, it's never last.
No, but nobody when I broke up with.
You never break up with a friend?
A friend.
Friend.
You never break up with a friend. I can't stand your ass. You never had that heartbreak of a friend.
I mean,
Breaking your heart.
a friend could have broken my heart for a little bit.
Okay, for a little bit. What caused it? Is it normally
Misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
It's some kind of misunderstanding that happened.
But
And we
misunderstanding.
jumped to the conclusion, and they jumped to a conclusion. But with the type of person I am, we're going to talk it out, and we're going to figure it out. So the heartbreak and whatever does not carry on, because I am always willing to work and fight for my friendships. So I've never really had like somebody who just break up with me and just done so. I'm going to punch you down.
You don't talk about it, make it be known. She'll find you.
I'm a stalker like that. I don't play when people
for your
are,
friends.
Yes, when people are important to me, I fight for it.
But with answering the question, right, I can't choose from three because essentially a misunderstanding stems from differences in expectations, right? Which is what causes the misunderstanding. But for me, mine was a breach of trust. Mine was a complete breach of trust, and to the point I made earlier was I didn't deal. It was yeah. Oh yeah, I said to me. Okay, cool. And that was it.
Deuces.
Yeah,
That's what she did.
yeah. And sometimes, right?
Yeah.
I need to do better at this. Sometimes there's not even an explanation behind it. There's not even an explanation behind it. So for me, I'm sort of like Lloyd, where me in it to win it, me 200, me 2 foot in, heart, body, soul, mind.
She give her everything.
Family,
Everything that
family, me look everything and everybody that I have around me to help move people that I ride for forward in all fronts. But you see, the minute when me feel say you breach me, sometimes you don't get an explanation.
No,
and once it gets to that place,
can't come back.
That's just what it is, right? But because
This difference is
in expectation, right? Differences in expectation is easier to mend
than trust.
than a breach of trust.
And we had that conversation.
We had that conversation.
But let's not get into that.
Me don't know what
Well,
to
then
bring it
we
here. Yeah, no, but a breach of trust is so much harder
It's
to recover
hard.
from. A misunderstanding, differences in expectation, that is easier because that's a conversation. And if the understanding, we come back to this word, if the understanding that already existed in the friendship, then we can have that conversation.
Because it was lost. It was just, you can restore it.
There you go. But all in that same breath, if the understanding of who I am is there, and you still chose to breach the trust,
Does that mean you're not valuing?
you're displaying lack of value for the friendship.
Yes. Yeah.
To me.
Yep.
So, for
The speechless?
I'm like these two. So, I just want to make sure that before we move forward to the next thing, you know, so I'm not here because I'm trying to think from their side, what are they going to ask? Did I answer the question as well? For me, I am ride or die. There is absolutely zero grays. Zero. So, and this is how I have chosen to live my life. I know there's pros and cons to not having the shades of the different. I don't have the capacity to keep up with lukewarm kind of things. You're either all in. What? I'm either all in, all out. That is how I deal. And for me, what makes me de-scope somebody is the value. I believe what you value, you behave a certain way, you make certain decisions based on that value. And if you do not value me the way how I think I need to be valued and where I place you, then we're unequally yoked. And so we dissolve the friendship.
So, because of this conversation, it's got me thinking, why don't I have certain experiences? And I realized that I have my friends. I have my people who I can strip down for and feel nothing about that. And I don't allow anybody else to ever get to that place. That is why I don't have breakups and why I don't experience certain things.
Because
your system,
your core.
cheat the system.
Yes, I don't.
But what she's saying is that her core is so heavily, entrance to the core is so heavily guarded that it gives less people.
Anybody that I meet now will probably never ever
Don't
get to
say that.
I said,
Listen, no judgment. This is hers.
They will probably never ever get to that place where I feel like I can strip down for you.
Really?
I will, but that doesn't mean I can't love you,
Okay.
and that doesn't mean I can't enjoy you.
But you
can
put
enjoy
up
me.
that fence.
But that, because people are people, and people will disappoint you, and people will make mistakes.
Hey,
And so I
that
keep.
capability.
heartbreak, hot, you know.
She never get her heart broke yet.
She hasn't.
Heartbreak, hot. I mean, I talk
Set
about
up on 10th floor.
Yeah, I mean, I talk about heartbreak in the form of a romantic relationship.
That's a
Heartbreak in a friendship is just as painful, and to some
not
extent
sometimes more.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm
Especially
telling you,
in the West.
I never experienced it, but then I did once.
But you
I'm
never
telling you.
truly experienced a heartbreak
think
because
so?
if
You
you
don't.
if it a friendship dissolved, that's different from a heartbreak, because if you had truly had heartbreak, you
You'd
would
have to
have
struggle
to
for
get
them.
it.
Yeah.
You'd have to struggle for
You'd have to struggle,
remember.
girl.
I remember.
And for her, and in her case, she don't wanna. She working at the hospital with them. Straight up there with them. And her defense mechanism is, I already established my core, my good.
Yeah.
And that space, yeah, lock.
And anybody will tell you, the minute I meet you, I will tell you, I have my friends. I will immediately let you know, I have my besties. So any place you go pick up is not going to be there.
Right.
And you will not get there. It will
Circle
probably
number
take
one.
a
Okay,
lifetime for you to get this up. And it won't be easy.
Seats are available in section 2 and above. VIP.
Oh my God. So for those of us who had our heart broken, have we ever repaired one with a friend? And is there some type of, this is a great follow through, as I said, about the broken one. But even for the ones who don't get broken and you don't force that contract conversation and that don't force that I choose you conversation blatantly, but is there an agreement and a contract in a friendship? Is there an exchange of and an agreement that this is it? You're my person and you're in, or is it unspoken?
There is, but it's absolutely unspoken. It is absolutely